I'm recording.
Welcome, guys and gals. Welcome back to Grim and React channel, Grim and Draco React channel, and I'm your buddy, the Grim Boy, and
Draco.
I'm going to be reacting to the latest news and hot topics on Poppy Playtime Chapter 4.
We have a Pianosaurus on the way. Let's check this video
Hey guys,
out.
Super Horror Bro Mike here, and in today's
I'm
video,
sorry, but that
we are
dude
checking
look
out
ugly.
2 exciting new updates for Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. The first is the reveal of a brand new mascot monster known as Pianosaurus,
Right.
via a video which released on Mob Entertainment's official TikTok and Twitter accounts. The second, an audio recording between Leif Pierre and various other staff members of Playtime Co., which reveals some chilling lore implications and seems to tie into the ARG for Poppy Chapter 4 that recently ended.
Ready
So
for
we'll
it.
be checking out both of these updates in today's video and breaking them down with a quick analysis. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the latest news for Poppy Playtime Chapter 4.
Pianosaurus reveal trailer analysis.
Let's begin this video with a look at the brand new mascot revealed by Mob Entertainment on social media this weekend. I'll let you watch the video for context and then we'll break it down frame by frame after.
Pianosaurus, he plays just for us. We join the chorus. P-I-A-A-O-saurus, playing his scales from his teeth to his tail.
It would take an extinction level event to stop this late Cretaceous composer.
He's the Pianosaurus, he plays just for us. We join the
January. Let's do this.
As you just witnessed, this creepy musical monstrosity is one of the new mascot antagonists due to appear alongside the previously revealed Yarnaby in Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. His name is Pianosaurus. We get a slightly clearer look at the concept design for this new Terratoy when looking at the thumbnail art for the aforementioned video. There isn't too much to break down from the commercial itself. Pianosaurus seems to be another of Playtime Co.'s toy inventions that released in the 1990s. He was a musical toy, and the singer in the commercial even references how you can play tunes on his scales and teeth. The toy itself coming with 15
Play Twinkle Twinkle Little
points.
Star.
It seems that Pianosaurus was essentially a children's piano toy, and this carries over to his monster design.
Oh
We
god.
see playing a distorted version of the tune from the commercial on his teeth.
$20. When does Poppy Playtime take place? It's like the
I believe the early.
These-
I think like the mid 2000s, like 2005.
But we've
Really?
heard this tune somewhere before. If we rewind to late October, you will remember we reacted to and analysed the latest cinematic trailer for Poppy Playtime Chapter 4, which revealed the character Yarnaby. After an eyeball appeared to spot us on this monitor screen, we heard an eerie musical jingle and then Yarnaby pounced from the shadows.
Ugh.
At the time, I assumed the eye on this monitor screen had spotted the player and alerted Yarnby to their position, who then emitted the creepy distorted audio before attacking. It seems this was a red herring, and it was in fact Pianosaurus who both made the sound here and is the creature tied to the eye on the TV screen. We can come to this conclusion by taking a look at the final moments of this new trailer. Notice how
says
if we freeze frame
sometime
at just
after
the right time,
2005.
we catch glimpses of eyes and in particular
Alright.
an eye with a screaming mouth. This lines up with the imagery we saw in the previous trailer, and suggests that Pianosaurus and these all-seeing eyes are linked in some way. It's also in the name, Pianosaurus, piano saw us. Surely this is an intentional play on words. If the player is spotted by these eyes, then this prehistoric predator is alerted and makes a loud noise to draw other enemies such as Yarnaby to the player's location.
Maybe it's because
It seems
his
like
eyes
a
don't work.
complex mechanic,
It
but
doesn't
if the
look like
developers can
eyes
pull
that
it
his
off,
foot was.
this could make for some exciting dynamic enemy encounters throughout Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. But that's all I have right now in terms of analysing this new trailer. It is, after all, pretty short, and contains just a few hints of what we may expect from this new enemy type. I personally really like the design of Pianosaurus. In fact, I think it's one of my favourite yet.
Just weird looking.
Next, let's take a listen to an unsettling audio log between Head of Innovation at Playtime Co. Leif Pierre, Head of Research Eddie Ritterman, and Head of Playcare Stella Graber. Check it out.
Let's do this.
You know why we're all here. Let's skip the formalities. Eddie, the cleanup. What's the progress?
We'll be in the clear by the week's end. And it goes without saying, but word of this doesn't breathe beyond the factory's walls. Not as anything concrete. I've made sure of that.
Has Lockhart come forward with any information? Even the number of bodies?
No. Nothing yet.
Those poor people. Did we really have to?
Did what was necessary, Miss Graber.
Of course.
The real question here is, when we find who's responsible...
They just sound
whose
evil.
mistake this is, what do we do with them?
Oh, you mean after I've gotten my hands wrapped around their neck? I figured I'd just give it a nice squeeze until they stop squirming around. Sound like a plan?
Leif, think rationally here. We need to...
If you like having your job, Sharon, beat it. We're busy.
It's me.
Oh, step on in, Mr. Lockhart. My constituents and I were just discussing some sensitive business.
Afraid I'm here to complicate that then.
Well, don't leave us in suspense. What half-wit, soon-to-be dead man made this mistake?
Dr. Harley Sawyer.
There's a few things of interest just to pick out of this 2-minute long audio recording. The first is the introduction of a character we've heard mentioned before but never heard speak, Eddie M.N. Ritterman. We know Eddie from a note in Chapter 2, where he corresponded with construction company Warrenbach, the team responsible for building the secret playcare and other research areas in the caves deep below the factory above. Eddie is the head of research at Playtime Co. and so seems to be aware of the company's darkest secrets.
Sounds like
The
it.
second point of interest is the mention of an incident, one that has all 3 staff in this recording on the edge of their seats. But in particular, it seems to have rattled head of Playcare Stella Graber, who seems to have more of a kind heart and conscience than her cruel and calculating peers. From Stella's comments, and the overall tone of this conversation, we get the sense that many lives have been lost in some kind of catastrophic event. Could they be referring to the Hour of Joy? Well, no, I don't believe so. It doesn't seem that this particular catastrophe happened company-wide, as Leif even mentions his secretary briefly, believing her to be at the office door.
We need to...
If you like having your job, Sharon, beat it. We're busy.
It's me.
The Hour of Joy, from everything we know, was a complete massacre of almost everybody working at Playtime Co. So the event referred to in this recording seems to predate that one, but likely still involves some kind of mascot murder.
Good
So what
God.
could this tragic event be? Well, recently an ARG for Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 occurred. In fact, this recording was one of the final pieces to that puzzle. Within this ARG, there was reference to a catastrophe that occurred in the Playtime Theatre. This incident was reported by a staff member named Brendan, who acted as a
Bad
tour guide within the
bad
Playtime Co factory
parenting or
in the
bad
year
food?
1993. So it seems the people killed
Hmm.
in this incident were tourists at the Playtime factory. Further evidence within the ARG hints towards the
Right,
culprit
Paul.
behind their deaths.
What's up?
Okay, so for context, this has to be between. Let me look at it. Okay. This has to be, from according to the wiki, this has to be from between maybe 1950 to perhaps, I want to say 1985.
What?
Because 1985 was the Kiss and Missy.
Okay.
And 1950 was when Huggy Wuggy was invented. Develops the Make-A-Friend machine. So maybe perhaps they were doing experiments for the Mega Toy experiments?
Yeah, it says right here, Bigger Bodies Initiative.
And that happens between the 1960s to maybe perhaps the
I thought the biggest body initiative started when Harley Sawyer got into, I guess, power, like major power.
1984 supposedly Huggy was produced. So maybe it's more in the 90s, right before it shut down. This time might be a little bit updated.
I'm not.
I want to say it's before we left. And maybe if that's the case, then we might be a bit further up in the company than we are led to believe.
I see where you're
Because
coming from.
we wouldn't have died if we're coming back. It's either we left before the Hour of Joy, or we were higher up in the company and their supposed tourism happened.
Well, if I remember correctly, in chapter 3, at, at, it was said, or at least hinted at, that we just didn't show up during the Hour of Joy day. But I could be wrong, but at least from what I remember, it made it seem or hinted at that we just didn't show up to work when the
We
Hour of
didn't call
Joys.
in.
But I do believe that we were like one of the higher ups within the company.
Being Experiment 1160,
If only
aka
what position
Boxy Boo. Leif Pierre is furious and vows to kill whoever allowed the incident to occur. While Eddie tries to calm him, a fourth character, Gerard Lockhart, enters the room. Those who remember back to Poppy's Chapter 3 ARG may recall that this Lockhart character was a private investigator, one hired by Playtime Co. to check into any suspicious activity surrounding the Bigger Body Initiative. Mr. Lockhart explains that the culprit is none other than Harley Sawyer, the doctor in charge of the Bigger Body Initiative, who took human consciousness through brains and nervous systems and then transplanted it into the bodies of toys to bring them to life. So why would Harley Sawyer have allowed one of his experiments to go on a murder spree and kill a tourist group? This question is a little tricky to answer, especially in this brief analysis video. However, from a more recent ARG, we do learn that Harley Sawyer was butting heads with management over slow progress with his experiments and rising costs associated with them. He needed results, and fast. Perhaps this was some kind of power play between Sawyer and upper management like Leif Pierre, or maybe an experiment to show what these bigger bodies could do when unleashed. A radical experiment, one carried out by a doctor who had very little care for humanity and lived only to further the pursuit of his scientific research. Now, I may take a look at the full content of this ARG and dive deeper into the character of Harley Sawyer soon, but for now, this is where I'm going to wrap up this analysis of the recording.
Whoop whoop!
And with that, we come to the end of this video and a look at the new mascot of Pianosaurus and this brand new audio recording. I'd love to hear what you guys think of a Pianosaurus design, as well of course as this audio recording and what it means to the story of Poppy Playtime going forward. If you do want to let me know your thoughts, leave a comment down below this video and of course a like if you did enjoy it. And if you're interested in more horror related content just like this video, remember to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Alright, that's that.
Yup.
Yeah, well, I don't know what else to react to. But I mean, we're kind of out of time for today.
Yeah. We'll have more time tomorrow.
Alright. If you guys enjoyed the video, click the like button, subscribe if you're new. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know, I just said that. But subscribe and yeah. Peace. That was so